Okay, so welcome to Van Sessions, Volume 3.
Can I just say,
Go on.
this Van Sessions is actually a beer garden session.
Yeah, so obviously the surroundings is slightly different. This is before we even introduce the man himself, you know. This one is slightly different. Main reason for that is I'm a cheapskate and I only bought a van with 2 seats in it. So a driver's seat and a passenger seat. Unlike most vans you get, it's a bench seat. So that's basically the reason why.
To be fair though, my nickname is the big man.
Yeah, so
Whether we get 3.
3 on a bench seat would be a question, wouldn't it? It really would be a question.
I don't have to take this. Anyway, you're not going to introduce our guest.
Yes, so one of the things we want to do on the Van Sessions is not obviously just concentrate on the band itself. We want to also spread out to other people that have supported, helped, worked with the band, and to his great demise, he joined us for a few gigs. It's been a few gigs now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's not just been 1.
2, is it?
2, 3, something like that.
Yeah.
Mr. Tony Scholes himself, the man who comes along and plays on his keyboard. And there's videos of it. We know we've got videos of it.
Yeah, we can find a video.
Of him playing.
Don't know
at
if
the
it's
Christmas
live
do.
though.
Oh, it's definitely live. It's definitely. So, welcome, Mr. Tony Scholes.
Again, before you carry on,
So he's
we
jumping
have
in him.
Tez the big man Bromley,
Yep.
Chris the foghorn Jack, we've got Bob's the bandit.
Bob's the Bandits.
This is Scholes.
Twinkle
Tony
Fingers.
Twinkle Fingers Scholes.
Twinkle Toes.
Right, that's a wrap.
Love it. Brilliant.
Right, carry on.
Okay, so Tony, I think we need to go back way before the band because you've known not just me but my family for absolute years.
Yeah.
So can take us back. How did you and my family first meet?
So I think I was 13, maybe 18, 14. At school I was the small. Well, other than one other person at school, I think I was the smallest in the year.
The runt of the litter.
Yeah.
The runt of the litter.
And to say I was being bullied by certain idiots older than me was an understatement. Friends. Stephen Bennett said, "Oh, have you ever thought of doing any martial arts, karate or something?" Because his dad's a copper, Steve, and there was a couple of other friends at school who turned out to be going. I didn't even know about. They were like green belt, brown belt. So I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. And I remember not necessarily the first class, but certainly the second or third before I got me gi and my licence and everything sorted. I know I got to know your dad quite well and your elder brother.
Yeah.
And basically your dad pulled me to the side, asking what's going on, what's up, why are you here? Told him in and around, well, we'll toughen you up. And to say they toughened me up's an understatement. It was a waking up call, and it was what I needed, and I'm the person I am now because of it, really. So thanks to your dad in particular, but your brother as well. It was quite an eye opener because I think your brother was a brown belt, and he was flying through the ranks, and to see someone so young. Get his black belt was awesome. I was going to
say, at that point I was probably about purple belt, going on to my brown belt at that time, approximately.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it's a long time ago. Long time ago. But we lost contact, didn't we? As people do. You lose contact, and it was the wonderful world of social media brought us back, wasn't it? So I mean, as much as social media gets a bad name for itself sometimes, I have solely used it on my personal account for stuff like just keeping in contact with friends and family that are far and wide, family in Canada and Norway, wherever they all are, etc. Isn't Norway a funny shape? Sorry,
we've had that before.
We've had that one, yeah.
but these days you're a social media whore, aren't you?
That's one way to put it. But so obviously with having the band, I do set up the posts and get them all ready and raring to go. But my personal one, very limited of like actual posts that isn't stuff that's being shared for the band.
Why? I mean, I started working away. I was working in Blackpool, civil servant, and then we got outsourced by EDS, an awesome American company who basically said nothing had changed other than your higher management and your colour of your payslip. What a load of BS that was. Work in Birmingham, 1998, and then I lost contact with everyone really, other than my direct family and a couple of very close friends.
So you basically just ignored everybody, that's what you're saying? That's what you're saying, that's how we treat your friends, isn't it? Just ignore everybody.
Move to Berlin.
Move to Berlin.
Oh yeah, moved to Berlin. Can't get far enough away from everyone.
We'll just put you on pause for a second while Chris talks. I don't know if you've ever noticed that Chris can talk.
I'll have a good drink now then.
Nobody
Might be worth
knows
nipping
this.
to the bar.
Has to explain this.
No one can see off camera, but this place was bouncing when we turned up here. It's now empty.
There's
Just
nobody here now. Just us. So the joke that Tez is making here. We went to see Nick Mason, and I'm obviously, those that know me, massive Floyd fan, and Nick Mason's created his group Saucer Full of Secrets. On the way there, we were talking about grabbing some food afterwards, and there's a McDonald's on the drive out from Manchester, and I said to him, I said, there's actually a Burger King there, and not going to start arguments, but let's do Burger King instead. Right, pulls into Burger King, drives all the way round. First time I've been to this Burger King, trying to work out, so I turn, go in here, here's your drive-through. And as we pull up to the drive-through, there's a sign.
Stomach it's got a fanfare. It's like, because it knows there's food coming.
But what did the sign say, Tez?
Not run out of burgers.
No burgers.
Really? Wow.
Sides and fries only.
And chicken.
And chicken.
So
I didn't want a KFC.
Chicken King.
I wanted a burger.
That's what Chicken King. That's exactly what we started doing.
So we had to
Chips
drive.
and Chicken King.
We had to drive 3,000 miles home, listening to my stomach complaining. Right, Chris never wanted to stop anywhere else. He just selfishly driving and driving and driving. Anyway, we got near home, and then he decides to tell me, "Oh well, I'm all right, mate. I had pizza before I come out."
Two slices.
So
Don't
like,
give
what?
me this. 2 slices. That was
I
it.
said, "Well, I haven't got any pizza. I've got nothing when I get." I said, "Do you know what? I'll probably end up having like a bowl of cereal." So that was left at that, and she dropped me off at home, and he went home, probably to his big fat Chinese. That is future wife, which is another story.
Don't stop.
That will also be an outtake to this video. Had left him. I went home, went to get my cereal, poured it in the bowl, ready to go, thinking I can't wait to get this done me. Opened the fridge, no milk.
Oh, shit.
We digress. My God, let's bring us back
So
on
we
track quick.
lost contact.
We did. But I'm trying to work out how many years it was that we'd lost contact for. Because I mean,
It was when you were Electric Echo and you were playing at the venue, weren't it?
That's when
And
we first.
contacted
contact
you
came
and
back
thought,
in,
oh
yeah.
right, I'm going to drag Kev down there because he was oblivious of life and whatever going on at
So
the
anti-Kev.
time.
Anti-Kev, yeah. Anti-Kev.
Denya.
Oh, Denya, brilliant. Oh my goodness. But yes, I mean, it goes back quite some time. So from my perspective, then obviously we got back in contact. However, it's then been years before you've actually joined us to play keys.
Yeah, I don't know how that came across.
Oh,
Were you around mine or
he
something?
doesn't
I can't
remember. He doesn't remember. How rude of him.
I know.
How rude of him. You bring him on to a van sessions and he can't even remember things. So, yeah.
Long COVID.
Is that what it is? Long COVID. See, anybody else would blame the sex, drugs and rock and roll.
I know.
Not tea. No. Long COVID.
Welcome to this month's Alzheimer's meeting.
Oh, don't flipping out. Yeah. Could be the start.
So, well, I remember it coming down to Christmas markets. That's why I remember it.
Yeah.
And you twinkling away on the ivories. And the idea hit us then. That's when the idea hit us. Let's get you up with us for a giggle.
Well, I don't know whether you remember this.
Oh, go on.
But on that very night when Tony was doing that and showing his skills,
is that what they were?
Yeah. Well, we had
Making up
copious
as they
amounts
go
of
along.
alcohol.
Yeah, we
on
thought
that
you
quiet
sounded good.
on that quiet night in.
Yeah, the quiet night.
And I don't know whether you remember, Tony, but we actually started our own band that very night.
We did. We did.
Can you remember the name of it?
I do. I do.
Do you remember the name of it? No. Go on, enlighten him.
The Misfits, the Geeks, and the Arseholes. And it was a simple case of, let's get you up with the band, let's make it a Christmas party. It was at the Washie, the very first one we did was at the Washie. Let's get you up for the Christmas party gig, and we're not going to tell the Burrs. We're simply just going to tell them that we've got somebody coming up to join us. And that's what we did. That's what we did. And it's the truth. I've said it before, I'll say it again. That each Christmas party you've played with us, we have not told them what is going on, not told them what songs you're getting up to join us for, not told us what you're doing.
That last one must have melted the brain.
Oh, blew them away. They were like,
Well, the last one you pretty much was part of every tune, weren't you?
Oh yeah.
Most,
Yeah, most of the first set.
Yeah.
And half of the second.
Half the second. Well, the first time we did it as well, I'll never forget, because obviously T had come up, done his bit for the first spot, and it was because we only did it for short couple of songs.
Yeah.
And again, got you back up for the second spot again, couple of songs, and then if it was, I'm sure it was you, but it was either you or Tell that started chanting Tony to get back up again, and then obviously all our crowd that are there were all chanting Tony, but then the entire pub then starts chanting Tony.
Anyway, Tony, we have got a few follow-up questions for you as well, so
Of course.
this one that we've got here, I think they'll come in good here. So we're talking about you playing on your piano at home, and now Chris has decided, let's see if we can rope some proper talent into the band instead of just Andy and Phil. So this question kind of ties in with that. I don't know whether you'll know who sent this in. You might do, I don't know, but it was like... Anyway, the question is, when did you realise you had a talent of playing with your organ? And what is your favourite song to play?
When did you realise you had a talent of playing with your organ?
I'm actually going to ask that again and try and stay straight faced.
Try and not laugh.
Yeah. You two can laugh, but I've got to stay straight faced.
When I was 14 years old. But I didn't stop playing the piano till I was...
Right.
Oof. I think I started... I don't know, it was just random. Well, I've always wanted to... The hypermarket down Cherry Tree Road, that is Asda now, it was the hypermarket, wasn't it? Years and years ago.
You're going way back for that one. I mean, jeez.
I remember walking in there, and on the left-hand side, there were loads of organs. Absolutely loads of... No pianos, just organs. And I'd spent... You know, it was the only time I enjoyed going shopping. Because my mum and dad would go shopping with my brother, and then I was fortunate, as long as I was okay, just hanging around.
So you enjoy going shopping for organs?
Yeah.
What, legs? Arms?
Black market shopping.
Oh, it was like, I remember someone demoing it, and it's like, I want one of these. And months and months, can I have one of these? Not a chance. They were like £400 or £500. The cheap ones, never mind the expensive ones.
But even still, that's going back to the 90s.
Oh,
Probably to
my word, yeah. I must have been like 11 or something. But I only started about 2002. One of my friends in Romford, where I worked at the time, was fantastic. He'd been playing since he was about 6 or something. So I got my cheap first keyboard. Didn't have a clue what I was doing. Tried to have music lessons in Blackpool, and then I think I had about 6 months with a good teacher in opposite Orside School in Blackpool, and then I went for a weekend with my mate, and about 24 hours later I knew more in 24 hours than I ever did in 6 months, just understand how to play chords, listen to the music, try and play by ear. you know, and that's what I've done. And as for the favourite song, wow. I mean, one I used to play really well and I need to get back to it, it's got to be Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. I mean, that's not an easy song, my
Not at
word,
all.
and it's massive, it's huge, there's so many parts to it. But Bon Jovi, Wanted Dead or Alive, I think is one of my favourites as well.
Great track.
But there's a lot.
Great track.
But I did learn Fur Ellie, Beethoven's Fur Ellie, from start to finish, through sheet music, through a lot of pain.
In saying that, I mean, he's done that quite a few times when we've been about, and he'll hit a chord or a note or something, and we'll all jump up and go, "Oh, that sounds like," and all of a sudden he's working it out. Yeah. And I mean, for me, playing by ear is a really difficult thing to be able to do. You know, just sort of listen to it and go, "That's what it is."
It's not instant. It can. I mean, some people on the internet, that Frank Tedesco is his name.
Oh
wow.
God, yeah.
But give me 20-30 minutes, I've generally got an idea, even if it might not be right, it sounds okay to me, which is what matters. But I know when we were doing the Walking in the Air, and then I'm going, hold on, this is the same key as Careless Whisper. So on the quiet, I then went home and then learned Careless Whisper without anyone knowing.
Careless Whisper is something that we don't discuss on the band session.
Right, that'll be cut out then. That's definitely on there.
Chris Jack has nightmares about Careless Whisper.
Okay, so you've got your favourite songs to play when you're just playing with your organ on your own in your home, which obviously we won't talk about. What's your favourite songs to play with the band then?
Oh,
that you've learnt to play with the band, we should say.
Oh, it's got to be the Purple Rain's one of my top. I mean, not only is it an awesome song.
Has Shell paid him?
Where is she? She's got to be here somewhere.
She's paid him for that one, hasn't she?
You know, under the table.
Adam Levine comes to mind, and Freezing Cold Rain, and God knows what else over the years. But yeah, that's one of my favourites.
Which one do you think he played best at the Christmas party?
None of them.
None of them. Yeah, you beat me to it. You beat me to it on that one. Sorry, ask that question again.
No one ever mentioned the bass. I'm on about Twinkle Fingers and his organ.
Which one we thought he played best? Oh, for me, I've got to put it down to House of the Rising Sun. I love.
Screwed that up
I love the screwed it up.
With
Not
a
at
solo,
all. Not at all. No, House of the Rising Sun.
It's a good song.
Well, I mean, the song was written with an organ part being the main part going through it, and obviously, I mean, for me, that song holds massive memories from me learning it at ripe old age of 13, and you know, so I mean, adding in that organ part to it. The only bit I'm sort of gutted when it comes down to that one is not having, you know, got to bring him up, but not having Dave Dover join us. Whilst we've got you on the organ, him on the harmonica. You know what I mean? That would have just been, you know, that would make the Christmas party all that more. But I also that night enjoyed Imagine as well. Imagine, because again, Andy and Phil, we'd not told them what it was. Andy's literally picking out the chords and what to play whilst we're playing it. And obviously, Big Man, you're singing it. It absolutely loved that moment as well. Absolutely loved that one. Because again, that's another song I learned years ago, 13, 14 years old, would play and sing that one all that time ago. And I've never played it since. You know, it was never a song that I've done in any other band or any other version of the Jack Burr Band. We've never done it. We've never pulled it out because, again, you need that piano sound to it, don't you? So it's just not a song that we've ever gone to. But yeah. What about you? Your favourite song that T joins us for?
I would have to. I actually think House of the Rising Sun. So I mean, obviously, I was there when he was doing a lot of the practice. And that was his little bit to do his little solo. And I always remember. I'll never forget it. It's the pure glee and excitement when he were doing that medley. Sorry, when he were doing that section, and at the end of it, he did that with the keyboard
straight down the keys,
the string all the way down, and his little face.
The rest
it
of
was like
rubbish.
glee. It was like he really
hanging his head on the drum, going, "What's going on?
What are we playing? What are we doing? It is. That makes it more fun for me, in all honesty. It's like, it's sort of me getting my own back on the two of them, you know, for all the abuse that they give me, you know, throughout the year. This is my one time to then sort of throw some back at them.
The sad thing is this year, not going to happen.
We don't have a gig at the Washy for December.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have it.
And there really isn't a lot of room at the White Bear, which is the last one.
That's our last gig for the year. And I mean, I'd love to do it at the White Bear because it's a great venue.
Yeah,
love the venue, great landlord, and would love to do it. There isn't the room. No, there isn't the room
you
to
guys
do
only
it.
just fit in there.
Have you still got your Christmas party hat? The JBB Christmas
Somewhere.
party hat? Or do you know, somewhere.
Oh, hold on.
Somewhere.
At the end of the night, I took it off, and then I think Michelle said, "Oh, I found a hat," and I took it because it was. She looked round everyone else, and everyone else had theirs on. So I'm shocked because I remember going, "Oh, great! Has it been thrown?" I would remember rooting through some of the bins or the bags.
So you play with your organ,
Yeah.
and you root through bins.
And you root through bins.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's it.
classic, eh?
Perfect.
So hopefully we've still got it, but I don't know what.
So sticking on with this piano playing then, Tony, you've obviously come to the gig, you've played your practice, you've played at the night, we know which song you enjoy playing, but what kind of feeling does it give you when you're up there playing with the band? Because looking on, watching,
Yeah.
you know, you have a massive smile on your face, but then you have moments where you're like looking down at the keys and you can see like 100% concentration. So tell us what it feels like when you stood up there playing the keyboard with the biggest band in Blackpool.
Yeah, so the first time I got up, I was shitting it. Certainly for the first half. Second half, obviously, you had a few beers and a whiskey or two, and then you were alright. But I think I was a bit nervous because it's, you know, I'm quite happy to go into a pub, and if there's a out of tune piano, I'll get there. And Les Dawson, wow, what a talent to play so bad, so good, and it's so hard to do. But I remember making a few mistakes, just dealing with it, but just enjoying the atmosphere and being up with one of my best mates, and the band's awesome, you know, it really is, and just to be part of that and to see your friends and whatever, but you know, I think certainly after, was it Cocaine, the first one? It tends to be the first song.
Yeah, probably.
And it's a good tune, but it's reasonably straightforward. It's all about timing with Phil and whatever, and obviously everyone else. But then the second half, it's just, you know, I can chill a bit, and it's a fantastic song, and I need to learn the piano bit of it. It's quite jazzy, bluesy, and that's the old Mustang Sally. I've tried playing it with the organ sound and rock, just doesn't sound right. But I think I'm at the level where I can at least do some of it, even if I'm quiet more of the time, or just have a bit of organ on.
Yeah.
Because I was doing all that during that song in particular, and trying to pick off some of the Commitments version, thinking, oh, this bit's coming up, and then I miss it, and then I kick myself for it. But it's all about being there and enjoying it. But yeah, just to see everyone's reaction, and you know, Stuart behind the bar, I think he was nervous the first time we got up, because he said, oh, he was on the keyboard, me, and he looked at me going, I don't know what to expect here. And I went, well, I try and play, and I think at the end of the night he was happy.
That last Christmas one, Stuart really enjoyed it. He was running around the pub with his Jack Burr Band t-shirt on, wasn't he? But I tell you what I took out of that, Tony, that answer. My takeaway from that was, after 10 weeks of practicing, you still don't know the set list.
No. Thank God that there was a folder given to.
Oh yeah, you got a folder, didn't you?
Yeah.
Do you feel left out because you never got a folder there?
I got one eventually.
You
I did get one eventually.
You did get a folder, didn't you?
There wasn't much in my folder though. Just a sheet of paper saying imagine. Tony here has a bit of a complaint. While we're here on camera,
right, go on.
I'm going to invite Tony to wear his concerns regarding the merch. So off you go, Tony.
It's not really an issue now because the sun ain't hitting us, but earlier it was flipping red hot in this black I don't know if you do white t-shirts.
Do you know what?
With the same emblem, of course.
Obviously. But the problem with the white t-shirt, we'd have to change the colouring of the wording, wouldn't we? Because the wording's in white, so we'd have to change the wording colour.
Could this bit just not be like
a black circle?
A black, well, as in that, black with white all around everywhere else.
What you could do,
it's probably not that
is you could make the logo a tiny bit smaller, like that size instead of that, and just have a black band going across the full chest.
But then that just looks like we're trying to cover up our boobs or something.
Well, I'd have to have it down there.
I've never heard that before. That's brilliant. I love that. Okay, good. Oh, I'm keeping that one.
That's definitely
that one's getting kept. That one's getting kept. That one is. That really is.
I just tickle my own head with branches. What's the matter with him?
Coming out of his nose as well.
Right.
Might as well do the worm now as well.
What was he? The widgety grub. Yeah, that was another Christmas market special moment. Can anybody do the worm? Yep, I can do it.
Like a witchery grub.
Pointless me trying after you. Well, can't beat that.
Oh, God.
But I'm sat here now, to be honest with you, and thinking that you might just be like taking the mick out of me a little bit.
Well, if we're going to take the mick out of you, I've got no. This is actually a serious one. This one, and this one needs to go in. What happened to the beard?
Yeah. It's, well, I'll tell you the truth. I'm not one for telling lies, so I'll tell you the truth. I got in the shower yesterday and it fell off.
It fell off?
Fell off, yeah. If we finish, this is Twinkle Fingers or Twinkle Toes.
Back to Twinkle Toes.
Pub sessions.
I might start slurring in a bit as well.
Oh, no, yeah, he's 3 pints in. We need to hurry up.
3 pints in, he's got to drive home. Yeah.
No, he's got picked up. No, he had his elderly father drop him off.
Oh, did he? Oh, that was a clever move, that wasn't it?
Yeah,
no.
I'll walk back.
Well, you can't say nothing. You've got your wife coming to pick you up.
Wife.
Pick your wife. No, I have a video with a pinky promise that if we arrange it, he'll turn up. So the job's on now.
Job's on. Back to Twinkle Toes. Oh dear.
I can't wait watching everyone else's attempt at this.
Well, we're only inviting people that we can take their absolute.
Well,
yeah, completely. You know, spit our drinks out. You know, it's the way it's got to be done. It's the way it's got to be done. Oh my God.
What's this camera all about?
We're interviewing Twinkle Fingers.
Twinkle Fingers over here.
Yeah. Here we are.
Yeah.
They want a pianist, so.
What? They want to see you what?
Chris has a
They
band.
want a keyboard player.
Chris has a band.
You starting a band?
No, we've got a band.
Right.
Bin band.
Oh,
I can sing.
Can you?
Audience participation now,
I can
brilliant.
sing, I can do the splits, flips, a lot.
There you
See,
go.
that's exactly what we're missing.
Right.
The splits and the flips in the middle of the songs.
Give me half an hour and I'll show you.
Excellent. We're looking forward to that. We'll make sure we turn the camera around. So, Tony.
boring.
Did it get sillier and sillier when you two did interviews as well? Yeah. Good.
Yeah, we try and
Start off reasonably sensible.
Yeah, it just goes off.
It's got to be entertaining, hasn't it? For the
But this
crowd,
is it.
Right, so the eagle-eyed of you will notice that the talent has now left the picture and is back firmly behind the camera where he belongs. But I've got a question for Tony. It's regarding his one of his best friends, someone he's known for years, someone that used to sing to him on stage when he was a schoolboy, Michelle. Do you know Michelle's favourite song, Tony, and would you give us your rendition of it?
Go on. So there's a couple here, but the obvious one. Her favourite song.
Favourite song.
Favourite song. Mull of Kintyre, and I don't know the words.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
So Mull of Kintyre?
Absolute favourite. She loves
I've
it.
got a
Loves
version
it.
of Mull of Kintyre. I'll put it up on the video now,
Yeah.
just for Michelle.
And that's where she'll turn off.
Yeah, that's where she will turn up.
Bog off.
So Tony, so just a couple more questions, a couple more things to chat to you about. Obviously, I'm aware that you've just come back off a nice holiday in Mexico. How was that?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, brilliant. 2 weeks of bliss. To be fair, you know, usually I'm up for staying up until like 5:30 in the morning drinking whiskey, but I was sensible this time. Try and get to bed before 2 o'clock and get up reasonably early because you're missing the day, the sun, the beach.
You miss out loads, don't you? If you do it that way.
So this year, instead of drinking till 4 in the morning, he only drank until 1. And then instead of getting up at dinner time, he was getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning and starting drinking then instead.
Yeah.
So the drinking was just as long, he just did it in different sections.
Or queuing at the pool bar at 10 o'clock when they open.
Oh dear.
Yeah, the pool bar, yeah.
No, it was a lot more sensible, I thought, this holiday than a lot of others. Because it's about enjoying the moment and spending time with friends and family and.
That's what it's about, isn't
really.
it? That's what it's all about. Any getaway, in my opinion, even if it's in the same country, it's just about enjoying yourself, relaxing, and hopefully having some sun and just enjoying it. That's all it's all about.
So Chris himself's just had a holiday as well. He's just come back from
Lanzarote.
in Lanzarote.
Yeah, Lanzarote. The Windy Islands. The Windy Islands, they live up to their name.
Yeah.
I can certainly say that, that's for certain. Not because they eat a lot of beans or anything like that. There was always a breeze, but for me, that was perfect. Because if the sun's just beating down and there isn't that breeze, I'm absolutely dying sort of thing. But that little bit of a breeze was absolutely lovely and worked absolutely beautifully for me. It really did.
Well, Tony will remember the breeze because he actually joined us in a Lanzarote holiday last year.
Yeah.
If you remember, that breeze was a bit more. It was a bit more of a stiff breeze. I don't know whereabouts did you go, Chris?
See, now you're asking me now. Silly questions. I went to Lanzarote, and I know it's quite a decent sized place.
Were you in the south?
But Lanzarote.
It's in the Canaries. Yeah.
Somewhere in the Canary Islands.
Lanzarote. That's from a perspective of yourself, Tony. 5-year plan. What have you got going for yourself?
5-year plan.
Excluding the band, ignore the band, because obviously in 5 years we'll still not going to bother getting you back up again.
Yeah.
So in 5 years, where do you see yourself?
Closer to retirement. I had a plan retire at 55. That's only like 20 months away. That's not going to happen. Ideally 60, but keep tickling the ivories.
Yeah.
Well, I've got arthritis in the hips. I had one hip replaced just before COVID, and the other one's on the way out. But touch wood, I'm good. You know, don't lose contact with your close friends. It's as simple as that.
So in 5 years' time, you see yourself as not losing contact with your close friends and being closer to retirement.
Yeah, I mean, there's other things I want to do. Just go on holiday when we can. I know we've never been on a holiday with you.
No,
And
never made it.
It almost happened with Benidorm in August a few years ago. Before,
Well,
before
COVID. COVID killed us.
And I
That's what
wanted
it
to
did.
jump on board, but then it got canned. So
Yeah, COVID killed that one off. 2020. Blimey. Yeah, 2020.
yeah,
2020 COVID. And just renewed my passport as well for it. Literally March 2020, I'd just got my passport, dead excited. Messaged over to Tez, I've got my passport, absolutely buzzing, looking forward to it. 2 days later, lockdown.
Yeah.
Wrapping up, what do you do to keep yourself entertained when you're not tickling the ivories?
Oh, so I've got quite a demanding job at News and Sport BBC. I'm waiting for the booze and whatever else. But it's a hard job. It's rewarding. It's not the best paid job, but it's rewarding and I get a lot out of it. But I do a lot of the last few years. I'm trying to become a professional trader, I suppose. So on the Forex and Bitcoin and gold and stuff like that. And
What else have you got in the bag?
Getting to the point. In the bag, deep. Well, I'd like to meet someone. I suppose that's the next plan. Have a partner. You know, have someone who I can spend the rest of my life with. That'd be nice.
If anybody wants to set Tony up on a blind date, just
The very final thing then, Tony. Obviously we've invited you on today for a very serious conversation
Yeah.
about your future, how you all met, how you know the band, what you've done within the band. Obviously a lot of our followers have seen you play. A lot of our followers know who you are. You come and see the band regularly. Do you have a message to go out to the band followers, the band themselves, or anyone that you just want to send a message out to?
Just the three of you keep doing what you're doing. Have fun. Entertain us. It's always good. I mean, you must know so many songs, and it's great. You've got a set, and then occasionally you'll bring out a song from the past. But obviously, I suppose it's keeping with times. I know in the past, a few of us have suggested songs, and we can't do that for that reason or whatever. But no, just be yourselves. And as for the fans, just again be yourselves. Still shout out your shit. That always goes down well with me. And yeah, no, the camaraderie and whatever. But, you know, it's just a great atmosphere. You know, not only are you my mate, you know, it's just you're very talented, and it's great to see you sing. And you know, you should be bigger than you are. You should be bigger than you are.
very kind of you.
Yeah.
Very kind
You need
of you.
like a summer in Tenerife or something, because in London, my God, there's some good bands in London, but they get paid a shitload of money, and I don't think they're. I mean, maybe there's a bit of bias coming in here, but they're not as good as you. There probably is a lot of bias, but yeah, there's some crap. They have their set, they have their ways of doing it. There's no banter between the band, there's no banter between the band and the fans themselves. We have fun, and we need to keep that going and just get better at it and invite more people to the fan base, I guess.
Very good. And then can we just to finish off, can we see you two best friends just have a hug? Hug it out.
Hug it out.
Hug it out, boys. Hug it out.
Hug it out. Come here, lad.
Oh, well done.
No kisses in the ear, though.
No.
Cool. So just leave that running.